BCAT reporter Robert Parris, and we're here down at the Burlington Parks and Recreation Department. We're going to have another conversation with Burlington Parks and Recreation Director Brendan Egan. Brendan, how you doing today?
Doing all right. It's a little chilly out here, but it is winter in New England, so this is a great spot to do our interview with.
So first off, let's talk a little about how the holiday events were.
Those were great. We really lucked out with good weather for the tree lighting and a good turnout for our photos with Santa, as well as our cookie decorating and the story time as well. It was really a good lineup of events and well attended. We are excited to be back in more of a full swing this year with the tree lighting especially.
And now that we're in the full effect of winter, let's talk a little about the winter brochure.
Thank you for bringing that up. It's the brochure was released in December, and we have registrations, and really have a good response to those registrations. Almost back to typical pre-COVID registration numbers. We have a lot in the brochure. Our skiing program is back. Our fitness programs, there's still a number of them that you can do both in person and virtually, and our instructors are ready to get going. This is the time where our fitness programs really fill up, especially with New Year's resolutions and people wanting to get in better shape or take off those extra pounds they put on over the holidays. And we have a new fitness coordinator, Kristen Gonzalez, who used to teach for us and went off and did some other things and is back as our fitness instructor. And we're really excited to have her because she brings a well-rounded complement of programs and experience with her.
So Brendan, talk a little about the Winter Carnival coming up on February 5th.
We're excited to bring that back again this year. I think the last time we did it was 2019, I believe, and actually 2020, and I remember it was one of the coldest winter carnivals we've done, but that's to be expected in February. That will be back. Planning is ongoing. There will be a chili cook-off again, which is probably one of the highlights of the event. And then, of course, we'll have some surprises in store, but that will be at Simons Park, as you mentioned, on the 5th.
I know the Parks and Recreation Gymnasium is going into a lottery system. Just explain a little bit more about that.
Our requests for gym space have only increased over the years, and we've had to look at a more equitable way to rent out that space. We've had some renters that have been with us for 20 years. We know that going to a more of a lottery system, there's a chance that our longtime renters won't get a space, but we have so many requests and so little time to rent out that we want to make sure everybody gets an opportunity to rent. So we did go to a lottery system to rent out that space. If we had more gym space or more availability in our gym, it wouldn't be as big of an issue. But with a smaller gym and not a lot of availability, because we have programs going on, then this was the best way to make it more equitable for everybody.
With winter here, talk a little about how the Parks and Recreation maintenance staff has been doing.
Well, as you can see behind me, we've been out. They've been out working on the fields, closing them up for the season. So we do close the athletic fields during the winter for organized group. That doesn't mean a person can't go out and walk their dog or go play ball with their kids or something. Just walk on the field. But we do close them for organized sports. So they've been working on that. They pull in all of the athletic goals and things like that, and the benches off of the fields. They also, set up and take down from the holiday lights and things that are on the common, as well as repairing and maintaining our equipment in the off season because it is constantly used, starting in early spring through late fall, especially grass cutting equipment. And we're also repairing picnic tables, repainting trash barrels, repainting picnic tables, doing any other maintenance in the parks that can be done in the weather. And then, of course, as you guys know, we moved into a new facility in July, which was right in the midst of our busiest season during the summer. So they will be organizing the new space down at 10 Great Meadow Road. and kind of getting everything in order and getting a flow. This will be their first winter indoors there. It provides an excellent amount of space to spread out and work on projects in different areas instead of the cramped, drafty garages that we have that we had up at Overlook Park. And they're also, going through those garages and getting rid of, old equipment and supplies that we no longer need or use.
COVID-19 cases have been upticking in Massachusetts. How has the Parks and Recreation Department been following the guidelines from the CDC?
We follow the CDC state guidelines as well as guidance from the local Board of Health. So there are updated guidelines for quarantining and isolation and the amount of days. So we follow those, and then as those change, whatever updates come out, we continue to follow all of the updates.
The upticks affect any of the activities or programs in the near future?
Well, obviously, if we have positive COVID case in a program, we do notify all of the participants, and we make the appropriate adjustments to the programs that are affected. If it's a youth program or adult program, whatever it is, based on the guidance from the CDC and the local Board of Health, we will make the necessary adjustments, whether it's canceling the program for a week or just notifying the participants, and if we can go virtual, whatever the best case is for that program, we will do that based on the guidance.
And finally, to end our conversation, what are you looking forward to as we start the new year?
Well, with the continued variants that are coming out with COVID, I'm hoping that this last variant that's out there, the Omicron, that it's something that we get over this little hurdle and start looking towards the end of the pandemic. I'm hoping that that's the case, but who knows? The whole pandemic has been unpredictable, to say the least. But also just a continuing of programs and events for our department and an increase in participation to get us back to pre-COVID levels.
Well, Brian, I want to thank you for coming on for another Parks and Recreation update.
Thank you, Robert, for having me. I look forward to another